Hey guys, so I'm wanting to do this video for a while now just because I find that there's a lot of people that might be thinking about maybe hiring a personal or business coach. And I just find that in the specific situation that I was in, it was extremely beneficial for me, and it was exactly what I needed at the right time. I want to kind of tell you guys, be a little bit open about my experiences, a little bit open about my past, just for you guys to hopefully take some information from this, and maybe you guys are going through the same situations or similar situations that I went through, and just hope that this might be of help to you guys. So basically, long story short, I guess, to not make it too long, I was working a regular job. So I was working 40-hour work week. And then at the same time, I was building my business, my online e-commerce jewelry business. At the beginning, it was, not too crazy, meaning that it was a lot of work, of course, but in terms of orders coming in, it wasn't that really like that crazy at all. It was just more trying to figure out how to get people to the website and so on and so forth. So what happened was that years go by, and being super grateful and blessed that as time went by, more orders started coming in. I was juggling a regular job with also working till 12 at night, even sometimes until 1 in the morning, for 5, 6 days a week. With that accumulation of time and of work and of trying to juggle so many things at the same time, it started chipping away at me little by little. Now, I already had some anxiety issues from previous, like in my 20s. I just never really addressed it at all. Actually, it wasn't until my 30s that a doctor told me that I should go see a therapist, to which, of course, like the typical man, I was like, I don't need that shit. I don't need to be going to a therapist. I can deal with this on my own. I know what to do, yada, yada, yada. And of course, I didn't know what I was doing. I was just hoping that, this would just disappear, pretty much, this anxious feeling that I had inside me. So fast forward to 2019, I did go to the ER a few times. I took myself to the ER a few times just because I was thinking that I was having a panic attack. I mean, not a panic attack, sorry. I was thinking that I was having a, how do you call this, a stroke or a heart attack. So I took myself to the ER a few times. And of course, after they, made all the different tests that they make you take and, X, Y, and Z, the results came back with the fact that I was just having a panic attack. Of course, this to me was kind of mind-boggling and kind of like just frustrating, because I'm like, why am I anxious? Like, I really don't get it, So in 2019, December 2019 to be exact, I was driving to work, to my office. It was a Sunday, and I remember just having this out of nowhere, this just crazy, just anxiety attack is coming at me, which I didn't know was an anxiety attack. I, again, thought that I was having a heart attack or a stroke, and I couldn't breathe. My heart was pounding out of my chest. I called my wife. I told her, hey, I think I'm having a heart attack or a stroke. I'm gonna pull over. I'm gonna call 911 and just get an ambulance to the nearest hospital. I feel super bad for her, because she, of course, went into full panic mode, trying to figure out where I was and everything else. I went to the hospital in an ambulance. And once I got there, they run like a whole battery of tests, like a lot of different tests. And at the end, I was praying and hoping that I had something, that they found something, just so I know what to work on, like what to attack, what to do. Do I have to eat certain things? Should I not eat certain things? Should I take certain medications? But when they came back to me, the results were just simply a panic attack. From there on out, it just crumbled into depression. It was a very, 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 very deep hole, depressive hole on top of the anxiety. And then COVID happened, which when COVID happened, it's just kind of like what popped the balloon for me pretty much. I went spiraling down even further, which then led me to seek help from a psychiatrist. Just because I really wanted something quick to kind of help me with what I was going through. Because honestly, I was so depressed and so anxious that I only had really two options in my mind, which was to figure out a quick solution to this, or just, what the other option would have been. In my head, those were the only two options that I had. So I went to a psychiatrist. She gave me some antidepressants, which I was reluctant to take, but given in the position that I was at, I was willing to do anything and everything to just kind of figure this out and at least calm it down a little bit, because it was like very, very, very bad. Once I kind of took the edge off a little bit, not a lot, but at least a little bit, then I started looking for a therapist, trying to look for a psychologist. So I made a few appointments. This is like dating almost, pretty much. You have to like talk to them and see if you think that you're a good fit with the person, with a therapist. And I had this one girl that I felt would have been very helpful for me. But personally, she started digging into my past. So she had me kind of going back to my past and digging all those all those old stories and just stuff that you just don't even want to talk about, really, because it's just in the past, which I kind of went with it, to be honest, because of course, what do I know about therapy? So I just went with it, but I just felt that every session went towards my past, which I can understand why they would do that, but I just felt that it wasn't for me, just plain and simple. I just felt that having to dig in my past every single week in therapy was just bringing me down even more. That's how I would put it. So that led me to then go seek, go do some research and find different solutions, different options that I could try. And then that's when I kind of saw the option of having like a personal, like a life coach, pretty much. I know it sounds a little bit woo-woo, but I said, you know what, I need to really figure this out, and maybe this type of coach, which technically they're not a therapist, of course, but it is, they kind of work as a therapist, in my opinion, or at least, at the very least, it's kind of like part of what they do. So I did some research. I found this amazing, amazing coach. She's called Angie. She's in Orange County in California. And I set an appointment with her to have an initial conversation over the phone. And I remember it was like a December 2021. I was in Rockefeller Center here in New York, just cold outside, dark, and I was just seeing her on FaceTime, and I was just down in the dumps. She noticed it, of course, pretty obvious. And after having like a half an hour conversation, I really liked how she was focusing more on the present and how to move, to the future. She wasn't focusing too much on the past. What this did for me personally is gave me something to look forward to, gave me some hope. Like, okay, there is something better down the road if I work, right? If I work for this, if I kind of, sign up for her coaching, and it sounds very promising. That's the way I would put it. Like it really did give me kind of like a little light at the end of the tunnel, so to speak. Once we talked on the phone, which pretty much that conversation, if you guys want to know, the whole conversation pretty much was more centered as to what am I doing for me? Like, what am I doing to fill my cup? What am I doing that makes me happy? Sometimes we go into these waves of just doing things for everybody, for our families, for our friends, for our community, and we forget to focus on ourselves. And then if we don't come back and take care of ourselves, little by little, that just starts pretty much rotting at our heart, because we also have to fulfill our needs and our happiness in order to be the best self that we can be for our friends and our family. So after that conversation, when I was super happy, super excited, I signed up for her coaching, and now this month actually, it will be 3 years since we started coaching. I can tell you, it's been the best decision I have taken. She, like, to me, my life coach, like Angie, she is like, of course, my wife, my son, my family, and my very close friends. But other than that, she comes next. Like, without her, I really don't think that I would be where I am at today. Today, after 3 years of working on myself, on being consistent and disciplined, on doing the work that sometimes suck, to be honest with you, you have to journal a lot. You have to kind of be very introspective and be very honest with yourself, right? As to what you're feeling, why you're feeling certain things, and kind of like change certain trends that you see in your life that just don't translate nor fit in your lifestyle, nor in your values, nor on your goals. So I can say that it's been the best. Oh, and also why it's been the best is because you work so much on yourself. And at the beginning, you think it's going to be something that's going to be super quick, and it's not. Like for me, again, like I said, it's going to be 3 years since I started coaching. And I can tell you now is when I've seen the most, how can I say this, consistency with how I'm feeling mentally and with my mental health. Not that I wasn't before, in those 3 years, there has been like ups and downs, of course, and there's still ups and downs. It's just a matter that I know a lot better and have those tools to be able to control how I think, what I think, and so on. So it's not like you have to wait, and everybody's different as well, of course, but it's not like I had to wait 3 years to be kind of like seeing progress. I did see progress since I started till now, but there have been like little bouts here and there, like every week, every 2 weeks, something changes, you become more aware of some things, until I can tell you right now that I'm, of course, not even far, like I'm very far from everything being like perfect, because I don't think perfect really exists, but I'm in a place where, thank God, I can tell you that I am very confident, I am very self-aware, and I just love life. Like, I'm having an amazing time with my business, with my family, with my working out. And it's all thanks to hiring my life coach. And also, one last thing before I go, one thing that I also love about this is that you work so much on yourself, you work so much on being present, and you work so much on becoming a better person and becoming a much stronger person mentally, that you get to a point where you can actually revisit your past and kind of analyze certain things and not dig yourself into a hole. You acknowledge and you're aware that you're going back in time to kind of, figure some things out. But once you're done being in that past moment, you bring yourself to the present. Whereas to before, like I was saying in the beginning with my original therapist, I would just go to the past and I would just dig myself to a hole even more. That to dig myself out of that hole was just becoming unbearable. So with life coaching, I can tell you, at least in my experience, that if you stick with it and you're consistent and disciplined with it, it gets to a point that you can easily go back to your past, figure some things out, and come back to the present. You're not gonna go like spiraling down into a deep, dark hole, pretty much. So, so yeah. So these are the things that I've seen with my personal experience with life coaching. If you guys have done any life coaching or any other type of therapy or any other type of coaching, please let me know in the comments below. I would love to, number one, know what has worked for you guys. And also, if you guys work with anybody specifically, also, that'd be amazing to know as well. Just for anybody who likes or comments in the comments section, so they can know what other options are there for them, you know, to help them out with their current situation. So I really hope that you guys found this video super helpful. If there are any particular questions about coaching that you guys are interested in, also leave it in the comments below. I'll definitely read them and make more videos about it, because again, my whole thing with this channel overall is, yes, working out, jiu-jitsu, like all the stuff that you know, business, all those things that fill me up. But I also want to give back in terms of being an open book and being able to provide my past experiences and my present experiences in order to be of help to others. That's really about it. So love you guys. I will talk to you guys soon. And yeah, peace.